Disclaimer. Video touches on suggestive themes such as pedophilia. And not even gonna lie, that's like the only crazy, unforgivable action here. But since unaliving niggas is bad, I'm gonna mention that too. Alright, y'all, good day, good afternoon, merry night. I don't know what time it is for y'all when you're watching this, but hi. Alright, so I was riding in bed scrolling through TikTok one night, all alone in the darkness, the comforting darkness of my own home, when suddenly I approached an edit of an old 90s movie on my phone. In the clip was a man finding out his wife was cheating on him because she pulled up to a fake McDonald's drive-thru with her side nigga, and the husband was working in the window and she ain't know that he was working at the burger joint. Flipping, gripping, nah, this guy's played by Kevin Spacey of all people. The last thing we want this guy doing is gripping anything. I see this clip and I notice how I've seen it a handful of times, so I hit the comment section. People asking, what movie is this? And the answer was American Beauty. But one comment in particular caused me to wonder though, because it appreciated the movie, giving it its flowers, saying it's a classic. This immediately spiked my curiosity, because every single time I see people on TikTok glaze a movie from the 90s or the early 2000s, they always appreciate it for the wrong reasons. Like, how many young boys seen American Psycho and Fight Club and came up with the exact opposite lesson they were supposed to learn? Damn near all of them. Like, I like both of those movies, by the way, for the right reasons, of course. So I was just curious to see if this was a case of that with this one. No, hell no. There is no way any sane person can watch this movie and say it's some sort of Hollywood spectacle and that it's one of the best movies of all. It has an 87% on Rotten Tomatoes and was the 9th highest grossing movie of 1999. I'll just outright say it, I don't mess with this movie, like at all. The premise, I can mess with. If you already seen the movie, you probably call me wild for that take. And if you haven't seen it, you would definitely call me wild for that take. But what I mean by that, I like the premise, is that I like its outline. I just really hate how it was executed. Like a bunch. Enough intro rapping, it's time to get into this and explain why American Beauty is one of Hollywood's biggest cinematic mistakes. And also why every copy, physical and digital, should be burned somehow in some way. Alright, I'm making this quick. Please sub, I want 10K. Just give me 10K. Please sub. You gonna love the video? Now, on to the video. The movie starts with the logo of the studio that made it, DreamWorks. Which hurts me because this is the same studio that made animated classics like Shrek and Kung Fu Panda. They not even an ass at live action movies. Dreamgirls was a hit in every black household. But man, American Beauty was a hit review and sales wise. But in reality, these movies should not exist. One of the opening scenes is the main character, Lester, in the shower spanking his monkey. I've seen gooning in movies and stuff, but this gooning had something off about it. I just knew the movie was gonna be on some bullshit the moment I saw this opening scene. Like, why he in there spanking his John? Like, why he in there playing with his Johnson? Nigga? That's not how you open a movie. Lester explains to the viewers that he's a married suburban man with a wife and one daughter. On the surface, this sounds regular. His wife tends to the flowers in the yard, and the daughter is searching online for breast implants. Hey man, it's not confirmed exactly how old she is in this movie or how she was going to get the implants. I mean, this is most likely set in 98 or 99, so maybe she was gonna mess around and like get them from Amazon or something. I don't know. Hey, don't call me stupid. I was born in 05. I don't know what dial-up is. Like, who we dialing up? The Bad Jones? Domino's Pizza? Did somebody say Domino's? Lester says his daughter is a typical teen and his wife is just a bot. To be honest, she seems more human than his weird ass, but y'all gonna see why soon, bro. Trust me on this one, just trust me. The family is a stereotypical American, if you're white, family, but dysfunctional. Nobody mess with each other for real, and it's really sad, but the way they handle it makes me lack remorse. Lester goes to work like the average man, and halfway through he's called into the boss's office and gets fired, just like that. Like, they really hold this nigga at the jump. First he playing with his wiener, then he gets fired from work. Now he broke. Like, how you gonna be a broke nigga playing with your wiener? How does that work? Technically he's not fired, but he's on the brink of it because one of the higher ups made the company lose 50K because he got robbed by a hooker because he can't bust down Doonies for the free ski. As any person with bills to pay and a family to take care of, this makes Lester pissed. At dinner, he explains the situation to his family. His daughter is like, nigga, hold up, they white, I can't use that word. His daughter's like, hey yo bruh, I really don't give a f. Like, I know you my dad and all, but you barely talk to me. Like, we in the same house and you damn near deadbeat dad. Motherfucker, how are you a present absent father? And the mom sees this and she's like, yeah, I don't give a damn either. He goes to talk to his daughter and he's like, yeah, I know I neglect you, but sometimes you can check on me first.
Dum 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 ass, dum 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 ass, dum 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 dum.
Like, nigga, I'm not gonna lie. This is something that children do for their parents when they become adults. Like, when I was a teen, about like 3 years ago, my mom would check on me far more than I would check on her. That's not to say I'm a bad son, but it just goes to show that a good parent should feel a far bigger need to be a personal inclusion and figure in their child's life. Throughout their conversation, there's this random dude recording them on a camera through a window, hiding in the bushes, but neither of them see him. He'll be a pretty important character later. It cuts to the wife trying to sell a house because she's a real estate agent, but after numerous attempts, she just fails because she sucks at her job. This makes her crash out. Next thing you know, we had a basketball game. Niggas hooping and dunking. Like, man, this is what I like to see. This is what I'm here for. Ooh, Tracy McGrady. He nasty, he tough. But this isn't what Lester and his wife come here for. They came because their daughter can't hoop, but instead she's on this weak ass cheer team that nobody cares about. And this is the part where everything just changes. This was the part where it all just gets nasty. And not the good nasty. That actual Webster definition nasty. It gets bad. In this scene, we're introduced to the daughter's friend, who is this sort of it girl. Like, she one of them girls back in high school who does a lot of shit that she has no business doing, and a lot of her peers sees her as cool because she does it. And she's also on this cheer dance squad with Lester's daughter. And as the cheer team goes on the court to do their routine, you will never guess what happens, man. Actually, you probably did guess because of the thumbnail detail. This is Kevin Spacey we're looking at. But Lester catches eyes for the friend. You heard me correct. He's at the game. And instead of being a supportive father, just watching his daughter, or even being extra and dancing with them like other parents would, he is deadlocked, drooling over this teenage girl. He is completely zoned out. It's very clear he wants her, which is nasty as hell for obvious reasons. After the game, they all meet outside and Lester introduces himself to the girl. And the other characters don't really pick up on this, but they should have because, you know, throughout the whole movie, he hasn't been confrontational at all. And now he's like greeting this little ass girl with a smile on his face and being all nice. Like now you're an extrovert now? Nigga, you a dirty bitch. He's putting on a super duper senior game performance on this little ass girl, trying to give her and his daughter a ride to a pizza place. Like, nigga, this is the most invested you have been in anything else other than whacking your dick, other than whacking your wee-wee this entire movie. What the hell are you talking about? After the conversation, the parents and kids split, it's abundantly clear that the daughter smells something fishy. She knows! She knows! And I know she knows! And I know she knows. Both the kids know, but her friend doesn't seem to worry about it because apparently weird stuff like this is a regular experience for her. As Lester put it, and this is bar for bar, so don't quote me on this, I've been in a coma for 20 years, and I am now just waking up. Nigga, ain't no way you think the answer to your boring ass repetitive life is being a PDF file! Now I'll say this. I'm nowhere near this, but I know that this standard, basic, cookie cutter, stereotypical American dream lifestyle can get very dry. I see that a constant routine that isn't really exciting can get very draining over time, especially when it's been your way of living for over a decade. But damn, nigga, what is you doing? You ain't thinking of playing golf or what they had back then. Nigga, you ain't want to buy a PlayStation or nothing. You ain't trying to go travel with the fam somewhere. Like, go to visit Hawaii. If you couldn't afford that, then go to Six Flags, nigga. It's $60 a ticket. No, instead of doing any of that, you jump straight to the University of Weird Niggas to major in pedophilia with a minor in cheating. Because remember, he has a wife. Meanwhile, while Lester is in bed dreaming of this, the kids are in the car talking, and turns out the friend is into guys being lustful as hell over her. And her reasoning because it proves that she can be a model, and that's good for her because the worst thing in this life is to be ordinary. Which, it's just not true, y'all. Just because this speech was said in the movie does not make it true. Remember that. Being ordinary, it's okay. Do not try to be different. Damn, I'm not good.
Never date a woman who don't respect your
Actually, you can try to be different. Just don't be different by being a PDF file. And this speech really cooks the daughter's brain because when she left the car and went into the house, her neighbor was recording her on his camera. Yes, this is the same guy that was recording her and Lester's conversation through the window earlier in this movie. It's very clear this boy is weird, but damn it, there's almost nothing normal in this film. But yeah, this cooks the daughter's head because instead of being afraid or worried, she's in fact messing with the idea of this complete stranger stalking her. Here we finally take a look at the boy's life, another family of 3 with a father and a mother. The doorbell rings and their neighbors. Actually, there is some things normal in this movie. These niggas right here. They do the typical cliche movie trope of gifting neighbors things so they can feel welcome. They all like, yeah, we're partners and we
After
just
all
want to
that,
welcome you here. The dad heard partners and was like, oh really? What business? And they stand there like, we married, bruh. Like, that's that, and they don't care, which is cool for them, man. Like, do what you want. I'm no homophobe. I, in fact, made a video about how the LGBTQ plus community makes some good ass music. Check that out when you're done with this one. But the boy's dad did not like this. Not only is the boy a stalker and weird, but his dad is an overwhelming homophobe. Like, he does not mess with them guys at all. This looks crazy looking back, living in 2025, but this was released in 1999. So this was like a norm for most of the country for sure. Lester and the wife end up at this convention thing for real estate business and stuff. And this is where we meet this dude, Buddy, who is the GOAT of real estate agency. Like, he's like 2018 LeBron, 2016 Curry, 96 MJ, shit. 2025 Nikola Jokic, Loki MVP, Shabby Philo Baden. But this ain't about basketball. This is about how Kevin Spacey is bad. And Buddy's the main reason why the wife be fumbling her sales. And Lester leaves to get a drink and Buddy is throwing some serious game at his wife. Like, he is not letting off. He's throwing some serious game at this man's wife for really no reason. Like, his girlfriend's right there. He got her laughing across the room and stuff. Like, you know the quote, if you can make her laugh and giggle, I ain't finna say the rest. I want to stay monetized. The weird stalker boy is at the same function, serving drinks, and he meet Lester and asks to smoke with him. Same time, the wife and Buddy are scheduling a hangout. They finna link up later. Surely this won't lead to anything wild, but I don't know. Lester and Stalker are outside smoking blunts and whatnot, and the Stalker boss comes outside mad as hell because he not working. And Brody quits in his face with no hesitation, and Lester's like, in complete and utter awe. And this lights a fire in Lester's soul, if he actually has one, and inspires him to do what all smart people do in their 40s when they have a wife and a child to take care of. Quit their job. He ain't do it yet, but he damn sure is thinking it. His daughter invites her friend to the house, which is clearly not a safe environment since it's clear to everyone except for Lester's wife that he would definitely indulge in things with her. Bad things. The friend kind of trolls Lester. By troll, I mean tease, but it's very soft teasing. Like, not saying it's right, just saying we haven't seen the worst yet. Like, it gets worse. And the kids go upstairs in the daughter's room, and Lester walks by and overhears their conversation about him. And unfortunately, the friend does have influence because in this scene, daughter does not seem to be worried by this at all. If my friend was talking about my mom with this detail, I would definitely be throwing hands. But I guess that's how life is when you and your parents actually have a healthy child-parent dynamic. Lester overhears throughout the convo that if he worked out and slimmed up, that the friend would most definitely be interested all the way. And this nigga immediately goes to the garage and picks up some dumbbells. I cannot make this up. What is this movie, bro? How did it get an 87%? This shit is higher than Sonic the Hedgehog 3. And that shit has Super Saiyan animals and fight scenes in space. The weird stalker nigga sees all of it, by the way, because all he does in his free time is take videos of people without their consent. Lester strips, butt ass naked, and starts to hit some curls because he is that far gone. And yes, Stalker Boy's recording all of this, which made me think he gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but in this case, it would be because Lester is 40 something and the boy is like a high schooler. We learn that the Stalker nigga gotta take urine samples because his dad is very strict and stuff. He was sent to military school because he got caught smoking za, but now he back and he not only still smokes za, but he sell packs too. This boy really don't care. Like, his dad's a military man too, so if he finds out, he most likely whooping feet, but he don't care. The za too powerful, man. Lester is once again salivating and fantasizing about daughter's friend, which happens too many times in this movie to where I had to skip scenes after a while, because why does this movie have such a close grasp with the idea of liking children? This time it isn't a daydream, but a night dream, and Lester is jacking his monkey again next to his wife in bed, and she sees this and calls him a nasty ass nigga. She doesn't even know why he's doing it. She just don't mess with gooners. They have this argument about how they don't have sex, and instead of fixing it by, you know, having it, they pretty much confirm a separation. Not a divorce, since if they do, Lester will most likely get half of what the wife owns and stuff. But yeah, this marriage is not for real anymore. And after that argument, Lester is happy as hell since he feels free of burden. Like, he just had all of that brewing for years and had to get it off his chest. The gay couple and Lester went on a jog together because Lester's still a PDF file trying to impress minors sexually. The gay niggas are, they're safe. They didn't do nothing wrong. Lester fucking sucks though. Stalker boy and his dad sees this, and since Lester and Stalker are homies, he stops to meet his dad, and that's when Lester and Stalker go outside because he just wants to get some za. Stalker dad sees this, and you can tell he thinks Lester is doing some inappropriate stuff with his son, or at least that's gonna get there. I mean, technically it is inappropriate because he's selling him some nuggets, but the way Stalker sees it, Lester is trying to make his son gay. Maybe he just saw Spacey himself and not Lester. I don't know. Back in the garage, Lester is living life like he's a college frat boy. He's smoking za while pressing bench. His wife calls him out on this because he's just completely off the rails. Like, he's a husband and a father, and he's acting like this. He finally goes back to work and writes a weird ass letter that confirms that he's quitting. Wife is finally out with Buddy, and to be honest, she's not a good person either, because after they have lunch, they have a hotel and get to work. And by work, I don't mean teaming up to sell houses. I mean teaming up for an intense cardio workout session. And in this sequence, everyone is being weird. They've been weird the entire time, but yeah, they're just continuing it. The wife is cheating, the kid's still doing odd stuff. Lester gets a job at a fake McDonald's, and I guess this is like his way of showing his freedom, flipping patties. Daughter and Stalker hang out at his house, and we already knew this nigga was weird. His dad is weird too. Like, he has newsy World War II collectibles in his crib for some reason. At another family dinner scene, Lester tells his family how he quit his job, and his wife basically says he's a loser, and he crashes out because he's tired of being ignored by them. Which is like, okay, like you also ignore them? Skill-based matchmaking, more invested in a random minor than your own fam, but whatever, nigga, crash out, I guess. Stalker dad found out that he got into the private room with the military and newsy World War II shit, and he beats him up about it, and then he questions if he's on dope again. The wife goes to a shooting range to release some stretch because Buddy told her so, and she comes back home to Lester being immature, but somehow he coerces her. And they start to get a little intimate until she realizes that he almost spilled beer on the couch. And of course, this causes another divide because they're on different sides over a couch.
Hey, who wants
like,
to
nigga, just put the beer
right
down.
here.
Lester goes on about how she thinks being materialistic is more important than living, and how she woke up and is avidly against that now. Which, yeah, makes sense. I agree too. If his version of living didn't involve trying to fuck teenagers, which the movie's about to get back to, because the daughter wants to invite her friend over for a sleepover, and she's all like, "Dad, please don't try to be weird with her. Even though I know both of you are down, please don't crack my friend." And she's right, because yeah, her friend's a kid, but she don't really care about that. Like, that's not even her reasoning. She just don't want to see her dad do anything he enjoys. I'ma still side with her on this because this nigga Lester is disgusting. When Stalker leaves the house, his dad goes through his stuff and finds camera tapes and sees the video of Lester naked pumping his biceps. So now he definitely thinks his son is gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that. And we finally cut to the scene that made me watch this movie in the first place. The Whack Donald's drive-thru. Lester's working and he overhears his wife through the drive-thru mic, and they pull up and he sees her and Buddy just being all over each other. And you can tell he's upset about it, but he's also happy that this is happening because he can finally be the free weirdo he wants to be without his legally tied wife on his ass about it. And then the wife crashes out because she got caught cheating, whatever. I guess they always do that. Lester's still lifting his weights, but no, he ran out of za. He gotta go see Stalker Boy for that. And he does just that, letting Stalker Boy come over to give him some za. But in the midst of all of this, Stalker Boy's dad watches through the window, I guess it runs in the family, and heavily misinterprets what's going on because through the window at his angle, it looks like they're doing some freaky things. Stalker Boy comes home and his dad beats him up and tells him how much he hates him for being gay when he's not even gay. But I guess Stalker Boy is so fed up that he just lies and acts like he is in order to get this bridge burned from his father and have a reason to run away. Which he does, saying goodbye to his mom, and goes straight to Lester's house to ask his daughter, who was pretty much his girlfriend, to go with him. And she low-key do. Not low-key, there wasn't much convincing. She don't mess with either of her parents for real, and recently Stalker is the only person that she actually messed with all the way. Now her friend is convincing her that this ain't the way, because why are you running away? Who would see their friend try that and not stop them? But right message but wrong messengers. Cause then she's all like, nigga, you trying to fuck my dad. Speaking of dad, Lester's still in the garage and Stalker's dad pulled up, dripping wet from the rain. Looking like he on that homophobic timing, finna put the beats on Lester PDF file self for being all over his son. Or so he thinks, that's not what happened. And Lester's guard is completely down. By this time, he is very relaxed and non-caring. Wherever the wind takes me, I go, looking ass. And then, he kisses him? Yup, man, the Stalker's dad was a closeted homosexual the entire time. Explains everything. Unlike Kevin Spacey in real life, Lester did not mess with this. But he turns him down nicely, and he doesn't make a huge deal about it, and bro just goes home. Wife is in her car somewhere contemplating what to do with this water pew-pew. It's real. She bought because, remember, this is her new hobby now. And from viewers' point of view, it's implied that she's on her way to unalive Lester. Now, it's the worst part of the movie. After the fight daughter and her friend had, daughter is somewhere else in the house packing things while friend is downstairs in the living room all alone as Lester notices her and approaches. You can already see where this is going. I'm not even gonna show footage of it because it's gross. I'm gonna just throw random B-roll of whatever I feel like putting in when I edit. But as they do exactly what you think they're gonna do, she tells Lester that she's in fact a virgin, showing that all the stuff she told his daughter was a front just to look cool. And the movie tries to create this heartfelt moment of Lester being a sweet man, protecting a young girl's virginity, as if he wasn't just laying over her while she was naked, about to take it. She tells him that his daughter is happy. Little does he know that he is bound to never see her again. Friend asks how he has been in life, and this question kind of humanizes him and makes him a little normal because this is the first time he has been paid attention to in a very long time. He goes back in the living room to look at a photo of his family back when they first started, and I guess he was genuinely feeling happy again. Then BLAM! He gets unalived by the Stalker's dad. His wife had the shot for no reason. Shoot, she not on timing for real. She not a real shooter.
They looking for the shooter! That was contested.
And that's pretty much how it ends. Now back to what I said earlier about liking the movie in some ways. I really like its idea. The idea of showcasing how an American family can be normal on the outside, but inside you have absolutely no idea how things are actually going. Which is a very true and real premise. Like I feel like this is the case for the majority of our society right now. Like everyone has secrets they keep. People can look cookie cut normal and present themselves that way and still have flaws. Stalker Boy was a fiend and a dealer. Wife was a cheater. Stalker's dad is a closeted gay man. That's not really a flaw, but it kind of is because he let it eat him inside. Pause. Daughter and her friend were fools of one another, both showcasing how teens deal with confidence issues and self-image. But where the story completely falls flat for me and tosses all of this great conceptual work out the window, it's when they chose to make Lester a PDF file. Now I'm no script writer, but surely there was a better way to showcase the details of a man going through a midlife crisis on the silver screen. It just feels like a movie made by PDFs for PDFs, starring a PDF. Oh wait, it is.